Hi, I'm Aaron Friend. I want to show you some of these oscillating tools. It's one of my favorite tools, especially if you're having to cut a piece of baseboard out or something like that. It's the best thing for getting down into a corner where you can't get a round blade. Cutting in plunge cutting like an outlet, or even cutting crown at an angle off of a 45-degree block. It's amazing what you can do with these tools. But I've had lots of different kinds of them over the years, and I really like them a lot. And I thought I'd share with you some of them that I've had. The first one I had was this Harbor Freight version. It's really loud, and you have to adjust it with an Allen wrench, or take the blade off with an Allen wrench, and it actually loosens too. It was inexpensive, and it does the job. And I've got these round blades on them just for demonstration, because they're the only blades that I have that are new still, since I use all the actual straight blades like these. I use those up, so I don't have any new ones, but I've got these round blades, so I was just going to compare. So here's a cheap Harbor Freight one. So that's pretty good. It's just a little piece of probably 3/8 cedar, maybe a 1/4 inch. So even the crummiest one does a great job on something like that. Alright, so I'm going to take that piece out, stick another one in, same thickness, same kind of wood, same wood. And this is, I got another Bosch before this one. This is the MX30E Multi-X. And I really like this one a lot. The thing I didn't like about it was this. This is dangerous, this little thing right here. When you're changing the blade, it's nice, you put the blade in, but to put that down, you got to make sure your thumb is nowhere near where it's going to go, and you got to use an object to get it to close, because it will bite you like a rat trap. It is extremely painful. They may have improved this design by now. This one is probably burned out, but I'll show you how it cuts anyway. Yeah, it doesn't cut at all. Yeah, I busted this one. That's why I have so many. So anyway, that one's so good. It was good, but I burned it out. They all burn out eventually. I think I was cutting out an aluminum window frame out of a brick, and out of a brick wall aluminum window, and I cut it all out with that, and it just destroyed it. This is the 12-volt version, and I had this one actually first, and this is what really sold me on this product. It's just incredible for getting under. I use it for getting under flooring, and just all kinds of things. But 12 volts just is not enough to do a whole lot of work, but it's still if you were just a householder and you just had to make a few cuts, this would definitely do it for you. Then, the most recent one that I burned out, we'll see if I can get it to work at all, was this Rockwell. When I burned out my last Bosch here, I decided to get another one, but they don't sell them at Lowe's in my town. So I got this Rockwell, which was actually pretty good. It's a good shape, and it's not real loud, especially now. It's got a light. That's why I like the light a lot. And you just unscrew it, kind of like that, and you stick a blade in it, and then you tighten it back down. It's kind of like tightening a bike tire, and you lock it in like that. That's fairly convenient. It's not that convenient, but it's better than having to use an Allen wrench like I had to use on this old one here, for the Harbor Freight one. But I'm sure they've improved that design too. That was a few years ago. Anyway, alright, let's watch this one go. Pretty freaking good. The other day I was using this one, and it's been really good, but this is the Rockwell F50, but I left it out in the rain, and it stopped working after that, but it seems to be working a little bit. It's a little glitchy after that. So then I saw this one here, this Dremel Velocity. and I was like, wow, 7 amps. That sounds pretty impressive. 7 amps of power. That's gonna kick some butt. But it's huge, and one of the best things that I use these things for is getting into a wall cavity and cutting the studs out. Like if you're going to install a door where there wasn't a door, it's great. That's my favorite thing for these things, is getting inside a wall cavity and cutting out studs without having to destroy everything. But you can't get this baby inside a wall cavity, and it's just huge. They kind of market it more like it's one of those saws, but those saws are stupid anyway. You might as well just use a regular saw. But the thing I hate about it, it's got this hyper speed, is that it's just it sounds like a chainsaw. It's so loud, and I don't like that at all. It's big and it's loud, and it doesn't cut that fast. Even though it's 7 amps compared to like this one that's 3 amps, it's not much better. But I'll show it to you anyway. I mean, it does the job, but it's loud and it's big, and it's the most expensive one. Maybe this Bosch was more expensive at the time, but all 3 of these they sell at Lowe's. This Rockwell Sonicrafter, the Dremel Velocity, and the Dewalt. And so far, of the 3 that they sell at Lowe's, these are the 3 new ones. The Dewalt is my favorite. Oh, I didn't show you this. This one you detach like that, and you loosen the blade, and then you just click it down. That's how you do the blade. So that's decent. It's pretty easy. A little easier than this one. But this one was pretty decent. This one I don't like as much, honestly, as this one. This one is nice and light. It's got a cool trigger, and it's got an ingenious mechanism for removing the blade. You just push this thing down, and it's the easiest blade removing mechanism of all of them. It's also got a light. This one has a light. Let's see, does the Dremel have a light? That's another reason the Dremel. Oh, another thing is this switch is on the other side of it, so when you're using it, it's hard to turn it off when you're using it, because it's awkward, this one. I don't recommend it. I think it's $160 something too, and boy, I don't recommend it. But this is my favorite of the new ones. And it's got a little trigger, an easy blade changing system. It's got a light, so when you're in a dark area you can see. And it's only 3 amps, which is what they all were up until this stupid Dremel. It turns out I'm not an electrician and I don't really know anything about motors. 7 sounded like it was bigger than 3, but this 3 is by far the fastest. It's efficient, it's tight, it's strong, it's not as loud, it feels good in your hands. I really, really like this Dewalt. You know, I've just had it for a short time, but after having used all of them, this is an older Bosch. You know, Bosch might have a better one now, but as far as these 3 that they sell at Lowe's, this one is definitely the best. I'm Aaron Friend. Thanks for watching.